Hello, everybody. Again, we're doing the harem game again. Snowbreak Containment Zone. Really quickly though, I don't know if you. So I've got some work that I'm also doing at like the exact same time that I am gaming. So I'm getting ready to publish last volume of light novel series that I have been working for the past 6 years. And so I have to create a I have to create it and I have to upload it on a company called Ingram Spark, which Ingram Spark is self-publishing print-on-demand platform. I've been published through them for like probably at least I say 9 years. I was originally published through Amazon's publishing platform, which at one point was called Eight Space, and then Create Space merged with KDP, which is Kindle Select, the Kindle publishing platform. Warrior, Volume 5. And then afterwards, Create Space, or rather, uh, Amazon, did some things to me that I didn't like. They tried to terminate my account because someone was caught publishing, not publishing, but pirating my books online. And so I I stopped being exclusive to Kindle and I republished all of my books in Grimspark, who admittedly have a better distribution. Amazon prefers you buy from them, so their expanded distribution into other platforms like Bookbillion and other independently owned, Barnes and Noble is kind of ridiculous. So I publish through Ingram. Takes a bit of seconds, you guys. I can't. I wish I could show you guys on like my screen here, but for whatever reason, when I try to go onto Ingram Spark with this, login, does it work? Oh, it didn't work the last time I did this. Maybe there was like an upgrade. Okay, I can actually show you guys here, which is honestly better because this platform, or my computer is just better than my laptop, like hands down. So it's a kind of an interesting process. Before we get into Snowbreak, I'll show you guys this just because I need to do this. So we come in here. This is my. There we go. This is my publishing dashboard. These are the titles. These are all of the books that I have published. This is what I was working on just now. One to here. Want it. Not include any of those. Not use AI. I need the ISBN. What ISBN did I? Also, this is the book. Like, I gotta be careful. Nudity in the and name. Artist, my artist. Spell the editor. Cool. We'll defer. Both Crystal and Mikkel have been with me for a long. Crystal actually started originally on my American Q&A series, and then after that finished, I had her start on this. Comics and graphic novels, light novel, fantasy. Not doing comics in this. We have to go to fiction. I wish they had harem. They don't. It's unfortunate. They do not have harem. But we'll go dragons and I guess. And then we have to trade adult, more for adults and anything else. This is used by. See if we got that. Yep, Renobe. Renobe. See? Cozy. Many of those. All right, and oh. You know what this reminds me? That I did not write the blurb, the description for this. So normally when you get a book, you have to write the description, which is this thing right here. Forgot I did not do that. So I need to do that now. Stories, original stories. And there. I think we'll do that for now. I might change this at some point. Uh, because I'm not super huge on it, but for now, this is like a good. All right. So now we just click play or just click continue. Uh, not quite a writing stream, Tin Can. It's I plan to go. I plan to get into Snowbreak soon. I just have to do this right now. Like I have to upload these files really quickly. So we always do 5.5, 5.5 by 8. Oh no, I'm not muted. Am I? You should still hear me. Maybe it just mutes itself because right now I think it's. I think you can hear me. You can hear me, right? I think my page counts like. That's how much it costs to print a single book is $5.57. And I don't. This one I don't give the wholesale discount. I do this. Interesting. They have to date increased the wholesale discount in the United States from 30% to 40%. 40% is now the minimum amount of wholesale discount that you can give. We'll say destroy it. Oh, 35. That's what we're gonna do. That's it. I understand. And I was originally going to publish this month, but I think because of how long it took me to get the last files here, we're going to publish it on November instead. In November, this series will come out. Maybe we'll look. 47. 347. Nowhere near what I estimate like 312. This is 347 pages long. It's actually my longest volume. 95,000 words, I think. And there we go. So we're save and exit. And then really quickly, just so I have it, I have to create the cover. It's just me 3. There. So I should receive an email for this, and that'll be it. And so now that we have done this, we can actually get into these. Hello? Okay. There. All done. Wow, I went from like 112 viewers to 39 viewers real quick. Damn. Right, but now that we are finished, I can actually get into the game. This is what I'm sure people actually want. Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
Yay.
Nah, you know, I don't think it's Twitch, actually. I think where I get most of my viewers is on X, or I still call it Twitter. I think it sounds better. But I think that's where most of my viewers come from, is Twitter. Huh. Seriously? That's kind of fucked up. So I think honestly, I think I've done everything to check, because I still got some stuff. Difficult. I still don't feel like doing this. I just want to get to this main story. I want to finish this really. So we have to do Philosia. This is what we to finish up. I realized what she was doing now. Ugh. Great. So it's interesting because Tai-hen, it means like, that's so difficult. Not great. Only way to the seafloor labs caved in. Just our luck. No, it's not the only way. Narita, can you pull up the facility's structural map? Ooh. Narita didn't respond. She simply stared at the collapsed tunnel, her expression unreadable, as if lost in thoughts. Narita? The sound of my voice seemed to pull her back. Without a word, she closed her eyes, then lifted a hand to brush back the loose strands from her forehead. And just like that, her composure returned. She met my gaze and gave a slight nod. I didn't get any. Yes, there is another way to the seafloor lab. So I'm assuming that Ribuchu means tunnel. Skyba may be freight lift. Aside from the tunnel, there's a freight lift in the central area that leads straight down. But there's a catch, isn't there? Looks like you've done your homework. To activate the lift, we'll need a massive amount of power, along with the direct support from Charon AI system. Charon Seabase was originally designed to develop an AI system capable of ensuring human safety in extreme environments. The result of their research was Charon, an advanced AI system. However, its development was shut down for violating the ban on sentient AI. At the time, Yggdrasil exerted heavy pressure on the Academica Acropolis to terminate the project. But not everyone wanted to comply. Resistance flared among the researchers, and before long, it escalated into a full-blown riot. In the end, the faction advocating for containment prevailed. Using the confinement serum, a specialized ptytogen inhibitor, they successfully severed Charon's power supply. The partnership fell apart. Per the agreement, all research, including the confinement serum, was sealed away in the seafloor lab. The official story framed it as a lab accident caused by an AI malfunction. As I was mentally reviewing the confidential files Caroline had sent me, a sudden beep snapped me out of my thoughts. Adjutant, you're getting... Wait, my terminal's beeping too. All three of us reached for our terminals at the same time. Just coordinates. Nothing else. Is this perhaps the Charon AI? No. There's also a message. Just couldn't see it. A fleeting vision flashed through my mind and vanished as quickly as... It must be a distress signal. Picked up a similar one before we got here. Let's check it out. Narita and I spoke at the exact same time. Could be a trap. We move in, we might get a closer look at whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes. Doesn't matter whether it's Rosen or Etta. They're dangling bait, we'll just drag them down and take them out. Simple as that. The first time, we were completely on the same page. Besides, ignoring those in need isn't how we do things in Heimdall. Maybe she didn't even realize it herself, but when Narita looked at me again, there was a newfound glint of approval, perhaps even admiration in her gaze. After a long trek, we finally reached the coordinates from the signal. It was a dimly lit, abandoned storage room. At its center, massive oak cabinet. Its indicator, lights flickering, faint blue fireflies. So, this is where the signal's coming from, but... looks like it's locked. Without a word, Narita stepped past Nita and keyed in a sequence of numbers. Password verified. Submit genetic data for operator clearance verification. Without hesitation, she bit her fingertip and let a drop of blood fall onto the sample collection dish. Clearance check complete. Operator does not meet access requirements. Allow me. I placed a hand on Narita's shoulder, signaling for her to step aside. Her eyes widened in shock. An understandable reaction. No one would expect me to have any connection to a piece of technology from Academica Acropolis. What she didn't know, however, that for someone like me, bypassing a biometric authentication system was nothing more than child's play.
認証完了。使用権限を確認しました。
Clearance check complete. Operator access granted. With a smooth mechanical hum, the cabinet door slid open. And there, standing before us, was a petite figure, a girl with hair as white as freshly fallen snow, draped in an immaculate.
女の子
Little girl? Yes, a little girl. Onanoko.
いや、ヒューマノイドの類だろう。
Not quite. That's a synthetic. What Narita meant was likely a robotic construct. But unlike traditional robots, a synthetic structure and systems are far closer to those of a living being.
これ、本当に数十年前に作られたものなの
They really built something like this all those years ago? Excuse me?
喋った
Chabeta. She can talk.
勘違いじゃないといいですが、皆さんは人間ですよね。
I am not mistaken. You are all human, right? No. Her voice trembled as she spoke, timid and uncertain. Confusion, hesitation, and fear, emotions not typically associated with synthetic, felt undeniably real in this little girl. Yeah. I gave it a moment's thought before nodding. Then, easing my grip on my half-drawn weapon, slide back into its holster.
よかった。
That's a relief. The tension in her voice melted away as she exhaled, a hint of joy crossing her face.
さっきの救難信号、送ったのはあんたなの
So that distress signal? Was that you?
救難信号？
Distress signal?
あ、もしかしてスリープ中に送っちゃったんですか？
Ah, did I send one while I was asleep?
人間じゃないことを自覚しているんだな。
No, you're not human, right? Clearly, Narita had the same question on her mind, though she was a bit too blunt about it.
はい、私はアクロポリス学院が開発したヒューマノイドです。
Right, I'm a synthetic developed by the Academica Acropolis. Humanoido. She didn't seem to mind that insensitive remark. In fact, she straightened up and even patted her chest with a hint of pride. And besides that, what else do you remember? Like, how did you end up here? Who put you in this cabinet?
うーん。
Closed her eyes, as if straining to recall distant memories, just like a human girl might.
悪いことをしちゃってここに閉じ込められたってこと以外は何も。
Warui. Warui means wrong, but it can also mean disgusting if you add it with Oji warui. Sorry, all I can remember is I was locked away because I did something wrong. What did she do wrong? I'm almost 100% positive that she didn't do anything wrong, and she's just a misguided little girl. Another dead end then.
でも一つだけはっきり覚えていることがあります。
There is one thing I know for sure. The girl took a step forward, then, before anyone could react, she reached out and took my hand.
私の使命で私の願いです。
My mission, my wish. Her sapphire eyes shimmered, reflecting emotions too complex to name.
永遠に人類を守りたいです。
I
た
want
とえ
to
その代償がこの命であってもです。
I want to protect humanity, parentheses the adjutant, for all eternity, even at the cost of... Wait, is this little girl gonna join the adjutant's harem? No fucking way.
だからお別れの時が来るまで私を捨てない
So please, until the day we must part, don't leave. So is this like a memory? Charon system was designed to protect. So, and you don't know anything about her, Narita?
さあな、さっぱりだ。
Or heard of her? Before long, we had resurfaced with the mysterious girl in tow. After double-checking, triple-checking, Narita confirmed there was no record of synthetic in the database. Her presence hadn't answered any of our questions. If anything, it only raised more.
ただ一つだけ言えよう。こいつには間違いなくカローンが搭載されている。
One thing's certain. She's been loaded with the Charon system.
はい、カローンの力でこの基地で私は何でもできるのです。
Correct. With the Charon system, I can do just about anything in the base. And just like that, she put on a little show, casually swinging automatic door open and shut with nothing but thoughts. You'd be willing to help us?
はい、私は人類を助けるために作られたんですから。
That's what I was created for. To assist humans.
それじゃあ中央リフトを動かしてみてくれない？
Then, can you try activating the central freight lift?
承知です。任せてください。
Roger that. Leave it to me. So, Doji means Roger, maybe? I'm sure that's not a literal translation. I'm sure there's something else that it means.
すっごい揺れてる。もしかしてできたの？
Whoa! The whole platform's shaking. Did it actually work? Ooh, her eyes look a little... But before we could celebrate, her body suddenly went limp. A balloon losing air.
ダメだった。
It's like I can't do it. I'm guessing she ran out of, like, energy or something? That's fine. Don't beat yourself up. Slumped into my arms, guilt clouding her expression. I gave her a reassuring shake of my...
エネルギーの問題だろう。あれから何年も経ったんだ。かろうじて動いている風力発電機だけではリフトは満足に動かん。
It's a power issue. After all these years without proper maintenance, wind turbines that are still operational aren't nearly enough. Lift running. Shouldn't be a problem. There should be a storage room with emergency power cells deeper inside the facility. If we could gather those and give the lift a proper recharge... Just as the thought crossed my mind, a soft stomach growl rumbled through the room. Soft stomach growl rumbled through the room.
分析員、お腹空いたの？
Adjutant. Hungry? Pretty sure it wasn't me. Yep, a little, but that wasn't me.
へへ。じゃあ誰かさんだな。
Ah, but it must have been not Narita either.
腹が空いたら隠さず言うタイプだ。
If I were hungry, I'd say so. Then, another rumble came, much louder this time. We all turned toward the mysterious girl.
ごめんなさい。まだ我慢できますので気にしないでください。
Sorry, I don't have to eat right now. Don't worry about me. She clutched her stomach, clearly trying not to be a burden. Right. Synthetics could get hungry too. Guessing we're gonna feed her? Might as well take a break. It's getting late anyway. We'll need time to collect the power cells, so let's set up a temporary camp here first, for some rest.
そうだね。物資は全部飛行機の方にあるから今から持ってくるね。
All the supplies are still on the plane. I'll go grab them. Ah. I'll start clearing the area then.
私も手伝います。
Oh, let me help. Watashi mo... The watashi mo means me too. Watashi mo. Her bare feet pitter-pattered softly against the ground as she hurried to my side, lifting a chunk of rubble with her tiny hands. Ah, so it wasn't just in my head. This girl really liked me for some reason. Meanwhile, Narita remained silent. She simply turned and reached into the steel crate containing the comms station, pulling out another package. Sour cream, milk.
こんなところで新鮮な果物と見るからにうまそうなヨーグルトが食べられるなんて。
Whoa. Fresh fruit and creamy yogurt? Never thought we'd score this kind of treat in a place like this. He's very expressive. After some effort, we finally had our makeshift camp set up. This actually reminds me of the camp that we were in when I did the first mission. Like the beginning of this thing, which I think is like right before mission chapter 14, I think. And Narita's mystery package had turned out to be a massive stash of sweet snacks.
分析員に免じてお前たちにも味わわせてやろう。
Since you are all with the adjutant, I suppose you can have some of my sweets. Though she's got a
精
sweet
神
tooth.
の安定と体力の維持のために糖分は必要不可欠だからな。
After all, keeping your mind and body sharp requires proper sugar intake. I do
やっ
approve
た
of
じ
this.
ゃん。
Agreed. Ow, I got like an eyelash in my eye. Hang on, you
こう
guys.
いう時はそう言うんですね。じゃあ
Huh. So this is what I'm supposed to say in a situation like this. Okay then. The girl mumbled to herself.
やったじゃん。
Yatta ja. Agreed. Yatta ja. So I'm assuming yatta is agreed, or I agree, maybe. Mimicking Nita's enthusiasm, she threw her arms up in an exuberant cheer. As the warmth of the campfire and the scent of sweet desserts filled the air, our differences quietly melted away. By the way, we still don't know your name.
私のこと？
Watashi no koto. Tashi I no koto. So, I'm assuming koto means name. So, watashi no, my, koto, name, my name. Yeah. Do you remember it?
やっぱり思い出せません。そもそも名前なんてないかもしれませんし。
No, I don't. Maybe I never had one. A trace of disappointment crossed her face. In that case, how about we come up with a name with one for you?
分析員お兄さんがつけてくれるならもちろん喜んで。
I'd be happy with any name you gave me. I'm getting total death flag vibes from this girl. Something tells me she's gonna die at the end of this chapter. Or like sacrifice herself heroically. She looked up, her wide eyes glowing with a faint blue light. Honestly, I wasn't the best at coming up with names, but it looked like I'd have to give it my best shot. After a quick look around, I made my decision. Milk. Strawberry milk. Yogurt! Let's call you Yogurt! Yogurt! Oh my god. Wait a second, you guys. Wait a second. Yogurt. 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 Now, how many of you have seen Spaceballs? It's getting its second movie. But this is yogurt. May the Schwartz be with you. Alright, back to this.
ヨーグルトから取った名前か。
This snack, it's made from fermented milk from...
ヨーグルト夜
So I'm fermented milk. Ah! Ew! Yep. Spaceballs 2 is getting... Or Spaceballs is getting a second movie. So, time to rewatch the original so that you can get into the new one. Spaceballs was hilarious. I think out of all of the parody movies I have ever seen, Spaceballs is hands down my favorite. Like, I don't like Star Wars anymore, but I will watch the shit out of Spaceballs. That's not what I meant. You don't like it?
とっても気に入っています
Who would want to be called yogurt? Why do you love it?
皆さんヨーグルトが好きなようだし私もみんなに好かれるようになりたいです
I want to be a
ありがとう
person.
ございます分析員お兄さん
I want to be a person like yogurt because everyone here seems to love it. Thank you, Mr. Adjutant. Bunseki Adjutant. Bunseki One-san is basically like Adjutant's big brother. That's weird. Well, yogurt isn't exactly a person, but sure. Oh, and don't forget to thank Miss Narita. She's the one who was kind enough to share her yogurt with him. At the sound of her name, Narita set down her utensils and glanced over.
ネリーダさんもありがとうございます
Right. Thank you, Miss Narita. Miss Narita.
気にするな。
Imisuruna. I'm trying to remember like all of these words that I'm hearing. With a brief glance at yogurt, she returned to quietly slicing up her fruit.
また冷たいモードに入っちゃった。
And she's back in ice mode.
まあいいか。それより分析員、私のヨーグルトを食べてみてよ。特納フレーバーなんだってさ。
Soriori, I guess, is whatever. Whatever. Anyway, Adjutant, try my yogurt. It's extra creamy. That could be taken in so many ways. I don't think it's meant to be taken. Try my yogurt. Sure, gladly. Oh, that's a cute image. Nita scooped up a generous spoonful of yogurt and leaned in, holding it to my lips. Thanks, Nita. The moment it touched my tongue, a rich, creamy sweetness bloomed across my palate.
ちょっと待ってね。
So, chotto mate means wait. So, matene is kind of slangy, but it fits Nita. Hold on a sec. Before I could properly savor the taste, Nita brushed her thumb against the corner of my mouth, wiping away a stray bit of yogurt. Let me guess, she's gonna stick it in her mouth. There you go. Then, right in front of me, she slipped her yogurt-streaked finger between her lips, giving it a slow, playful lick. Oh my.
ますます甘くなったみたい。
Just got sweeter. Masa masa. Maybe? That sounds like an onomatopoeia. She beamed, warm, radiant, and full of life, like the first golden light of dawn. After the meal, bedtime followed soon after. Carefree as ever, Nita fell asleep almost instantly, wrapping herself around my arm. Next to us, Yogurt's breathing was soft and steady, deep in sleep as well. My eyes were shut, but my mind remained alert. Across the room, Narita was also awake. In the silence, the sound of her heartbeat grew more distinct. Then, as if making sure we were asleep, and slowly got up. A faint rustle followed as she moved toward the door. She paused for a moment, then gently pushed it open and slipped outside.
分析員ついていく気？
Adjutant, you went after her? In the darkness, Nita opened her eyes, cupped my face in her hands, a flicker of insecurity in her gaze. Relax, I'm not eloping with her. I made a light-hearted joke to ease her mind. Wait, Nita, you are not jealous, are you? I don't understand why she would be, since I'm literally sharing her with, being shared with, 16 other girls in this game.
焼いてないよ。
What? No way. Nai tenayo.
だって知ってるもん。分析員は彼女のためにヘイムダルから。私の元から離れたりしないって。
I mean, come on. It's not like you just up and leave Heimdall for her. And you'd never leave me, right?
もうあんまり待たせないで。
Mari asenai. Amari. I know that word. I think that's... I don't know what that is. I know the word. I've heard it before. Yep. Definitely a little jealous. I'll be back soon. I promise. I gave her cheek a gentle pinch, reassuring her.
気をつけて行ってきて。せっかく分析員と二人きりなのに、そばにいてくれないと寂しいよ。
And stay safe and come back soon. It's not often I get to have you all to myself. And I get lonely when you're not around, you know? Slipped her arm out from underneath the blanket, and in the air, waiting for our usual. That's what I was thinking. I'm trying to put it in context with the sentences. It's sometimes difficult because a lot of Japanese words don't have like a literal direct translation. So, like, I'm listening and trying to figure out how it's translated into English. But it's still very hard. Like the only reason I'm even getting somewhat accurate with some of these sentences is because traditional Japanese sentences are subject, object, verb. So, you know, you can sort of see with I'll give you an instance. I just heard a kissing sound. I pressed my lips against hers. Her breath hitched, her whole body tensing. Then, in the next moment, she gave in, melting into me. She was flustered, whelmed, yet undeniably content. Then, at last, she released a slow, steady breath, as if she had finally grasped something she had been reaching for all along would be my guess. To me, Narita wasn't just family. She's simply the bro who always had my back. It was the girl who made my heart race. Lots of girls make your heart race, Adjutant. See now. That night, at the highest point of the sea base, Rita stood alone, gaze lost in the distant sky, as if searching for something long. Her slender silhouette looked so lonely, sorrowful, a stark contrast to the proud, aloof woman she had been when we first met. At the sound of approaching footsteps, she spoke first.
まだ寝ないのか?
So, mada ne. Mada ne. So I'm assuming mada ne is sleep. But nai means no. Nai. Or doesn't exist. Inai, nai. It's a little casual, but so you can kind of tell, like, the words themselves are reversed. Sleep is the subject. Sleep is the subject. Couldn't is the verb. I'm not used to sleeping with someone watching me. What about you? Wandering off to a place like this. Don't tell me you're immune to the cold. The wind's picking up tonight. Here, put this on. He hesitated for a moment before accepting the coat, draping it over his shoulders.
よくわからんやつだな。
Yoku game. Can I replay that? I wish I could replay that so I can actually, like, listen several times.
さっきはあれだけ無関心な顔をしていたのに、今度は優しさを振る舞ってくるか。なんだ、もう駆け引きを始めているのか？
There's no way I'm going to be able to hear that one. One moment you're rejecting me coldly, and the next you are giving me that tender look. Don't tell me you're playing hard to get. No, not this. I mean, oh. Ah, so I actually can hear it.
よくわからんやつだな。よくわからんやつだな。よくわからんやつだな。よくわからんやつだな。
There's no way I'm gonna be able to pronounce that. We're in this together, so it wouldn't hurt to get to know my mission partner better.
そんなこと、お前には必要ないのでは。
そんなこと。And you really think that's necessary? Stared straight into my eyes, speaking with absolute self-assurance, as though stating an undeniable, universal truth.
お前ほどの強者なら、それらしくもっと身勝手に振る舞うかと思っていたが。
I figured someone as strong and powerful as you would be a little more willful with that strength. Don't project your own pattern onto me. Chuckled, shaking my head. Besides, I'd phrase it differently. Following one's heart isn't a privilege reserved for the strong. Everyone has something they cherish deeply. And with that comes not just the rights, but the responsibility to stand up and fight for it. Brow twitched, as if my words reminded her something very deep. Eh?
この子を東の港まで送り届けて、そこにいるアクロポリス学院の調査員に引き渡してちょうだい。それからこの子が安全にイエロ社から出られることを約束して。
Take my only child to the eastern port. An investigator from the Academica Acropolis waiting there. You must ensure she leaves Yardus safely.
何も変わらないのにか。
Nani mo. Nani is what? So nani mo. Oops. Not what I want. But if someone chooses to do nothing because they believe nothing, they difference. Give me a second here. I actually want to see.
何も変わらないのにか。
So nani mo what?
何も変わらないのにか。
Kawaranai, I guess would be like difference.
何も変わらないのにか。
Kawaranai ka.
何も変わらないのにか。
Kawaranai.
何も変わらないのにか。 何も変わらないのにか。
Won't make so nani mo. Maybe even if it's really hard to figure this out. They never will. For a split second, her fingers gripped the edge of my coat, knuckles nearly turning white.
甘ったるい考えだ。
How naive. Her words were cold. Beneath her lashes, a warm glow flickered. Sometime.
さて、そろそろ帰るか。
I should head back. Soro soro. Head back. She loosened the coat around her shoulders, opening it just enough for me to step in beside her. A silent invitation to share its warmth. Man, things happen fast in this game. Maybe you're right. Through the fabric, I could feel the steady rhythm of her pounding. Its growing warmth. But
今夜の風は冷たいって話だ。
so I at least know that kaze means wind, and sumetai, cold. Somewhere deep within a heart long walled off from the world, something was stirring, ready to reshape its very core. So I'm assuming the cerulean thing that we actually just did is like after this, because there's no way it could have been before this. So.
We've reached the target area. Moving in. Looks like our target's just up ahead. Ready to drown in the river of death. Timing is everything. An unexpected little surprise. Are you satisfied with my performance?
No, I think I already finished chapter 14. I hope I'm pretty sure I already did. That was at 100% when I saw it. Hi, Anime. Hey, how's it going? How's your Monday start, or your Tuesday? Tuesday, I almost said that was Monday. No, it's Tuesday. Because I did back today for my workout.
Stay close. You feel that?
How was your
Contamination
Tuesday?
stages are spiking.
Yeah, I'm at one. I have the 100% completion for that.
An opportunity presents itself. Soon, I'll bury you. Fear the darkness. Well done. Let's keep moving. I'll leave this to you. An unexpected little surprise. Are you satisfied with my performance? An opportunity presents itself. Ah! Predictable. You're no match for me.
Leave it to me.
Think you can get me? Not a chance.
All done.
More Battlefield 6.
You barely even broke a sweat.
Must be a damn good game. Still haven't played a single Battlefield in my entire life.
The battle's over. Isn't there anything more challenging?
For a moment, I thought she was gonna, like, start whipping you. Alright, next stage, I guess.
夢は鋭い刃のようだ。
Also, welcome home, Goshujin-sama.
夜になると心の底に埋まっ
The
た
dead of
見
night,
た
the
くない
tale from the
記憶
memories
を
we
掘り
buried
起こして
deep,
しまう
forcing us to confront what we swore never to relive.
寒い。体が動かない。
Samui also means cold, by the way. Ooh, wrong pipe. Wrong pipe. Ooh. So cold. I can't feel my legs. Oh yeah.
もうすぐ
Feels like it's in my
通
windpipe.
りかかった獣に食べられちゃうだろう。
I guess won't be long before some hungry beast finds me.
でも仕方ないよね。
Demo means what? But what can I do?
母さんも父さんも私も誰だって同じ。
Mom
ヒエ
and
ロ社
Dad.
では弱者は生き延びられない。
Now it's my turn. Just how it is in Yaris. We don't get to survive.
かわいそうに。おそらく北から逃げてきた狩人たちね。
Poor souls. Its hunters must have been refugees fleeing from.
戦争がここフロストランドにまで広まったとは。こんなに幼い子まで。
I didn't know the war had already reached its deep forests. Didn't even spare a child.
待って、
待って。
この子まだ息があるわ。
No ko is child. This child. Kono. This. Ko child. I think I might actually be able to get this one.
この子まだ息があるわ。
Aru wa. Aru is to exist. So mare ga ik. Breathing still. Maybe. Something like. You know what I could probably do? I could probably use
あ
Google
らねリ
Translate.
ーダー、一人でたくさん買ってきたのね。
Oh my, did you hunt all this game by yourself, dear?
もうすぐ冬だから今年はおばあちゃんにちゃんとした食事をしてほしくて。
Yeah, winter's coming soon. And I want you to be more comfortable this time, Nana.
おばあちゃんはその気持ちだけで嬉しいわ。これだけのお肉、二人じゃ再来年になっても食べきれないもの。
Just knowing you care warms my heart. This much meat is more than even 2 winters worth. 2 of us.
じゃあ余った分はいつも通り村の孤児院にあげよう。
How about, as usual, we share the extra with the village orphanage?
ええ、着替えてくるから後で一緒に行きましょう。
Alright, I'll grab my coat and we'll head over together.
私はいいよ。
Actually, can I not go this time? Watashi no iyo. Iyo.
私はいいよ。
Watashi wa iyo. Actually, I'm gonna try that. Let's go into Google Translate real quick. Watashi wa iyo. I'm fine. Watashi wa iyo means I'm fine. So I'm wondering if that's either a mistranslation or if there's something I'm not getting.
どうしたの？
Doshita no means why, by the way. Doshita no. Yeah. And well, it means what happened. What happened?
そこのちびすけたち、おばあちゃんの陰口を言ってたから。
I got into a fight with those kids yesterday,
昨日ちょっと懲らしめたんだ。
but it was their fault. They said some mean things about Nana.
そもそもあんな弱い人間、勝手に飢えてればいいのに。
Honestly, I don't even want to share our food with them. They're so weak. Don't.
ねえリーダー、 もしかしておばあちゃんの言ってたこと忘れたの？
Remember what I taught you. So wasurete or wasureru means to remember. Wasureta no is turning remember into a past tense question. Tano is what you add to that. Here. Let's do this again.
もしかしておばあちゃんの言ってたこと忘れたの？
もしかしておばあちゃん
もしかしておばあちゃんの言ってたこと
の
忘れたの？
言ってたこと
もしかしておばあちゃんの言ってたこと忘れたの？
の言ってたNo, that's wrong. That's not what I want at all.
もしかしておばあちゃんの言ってたこと忘れたの？
の言ってたこと means that I was crying. What the fuck? Ah, that's nai. No ite ta koto. What I removed. What I removed. No ite ta koto. No ite ta koto. What he said. So basically, do you remember what I said?
弱者にだって
Rough one.
吹雪を生き延びる権
JB
利が
listens,
与えられ
let's
ているのよ。
go. Even the weak deserve a place in this world. Even in the harshest winter.
強い人間というのはね、力を持つだけじゃなくて、それを正しく使えることができる人のことよ。
Tsuyoi means strong, by the way. True strength isn't just about power. It's about knowing when to hold back.
ネリーダはとても強いから、人の悪意には負けないけれど。
Ooh, that first
でも
one's
自分の中にある悪意に惑わされて、判断を誤っちゃダメよ。
that first one was easy. Narida totemo tsuyoi. You are very strong, very strong. Totemo is like an emphasis, so it's saying very, really, really strong. If you want to emphasize something, you can use the words totemo, totemo, sugoku, and mecha. They all mean the same thing. They're basically just an emphasis of a verb. So, totemo kawaii, mecha kawaii, sugoku kawaii. You're strong, Narita, and that strength helps you rise above others' cruelty. But don't let anger blind you to what's right.
わかった。
Wakata, understand.
それじゃあ、一緒に孤児院へ行きましょう。
Come on now.
事情は分かったから、みんなにちゃんと謝ってもらうからね。
Let's go together. Don't worry. I'll make sure they apologize properly once I hear the full story. So basically, the adjutant reminds her of her grandma. Who are you?
ここであなたにお会いするとは思いませんでした。航空学の第一人者、マダム・モロゾー。
I didn't expect to find you here, Madame Morozova, the renowned aerospace scholar.
今はただの老婆よ。それで、何かご用でも？
Now, I'm just an old woman trying to live out her days in peace. What is it you want from me?
ご存知かと思うが、あなたが忌み嫌うグスタフの時代は
What's
時期の終わりを迎え
Anime hero gamer fan? Hey. You must know by now, Gustav's reign is crumbling. It's only a matter of time before his rule becomes history.
新しい時代を作り、イエロ社の空と未来を奪い返すためには、ぜひマダムのご協力を仰ぎたいと。
We need your expertise to help reclaim the skies and build a brighter future for Yerus. So this is a really long sentence. I'm never going to be able to figure out what they're saying, but Yerus would be the first part of the sentence, I believe. Let me...
新しい時代を作り、 イエロ社の空と未来を奪い返すためにはぜひマダムのご協力を仰ぎたいと。新しい時代を作り、イエロ社の空と未来を奪い返すためにはぜひマダムのご協力を仰ぎたいと。
新しい Same, bro. I'm just chilling here, gaming a bit.
私のことを誤解
I'm
さ
gonna
れて
do
いる
maybe
よう
3
ね。
hours this time. I don't think I'm gonna do a very long stream. Huh. I think you misunderstood something.
つまり私たちに協力する気はない。
So, you are refusing to cooperate? She sounds like she's about to threaten someone.
お前たち何をするつもりだ。
Anime hero gamer fans have been following me for a while now. Hey, what are you trying to do to my Nana?
大丈夫よ、ネリーだ。落ち着いて。彼たちに私をどうこうするつもりはないよ。
One day, 4 hours, and 40 minutes. That's quite a bit of time. Calm down, Narita. Won't hurt me.
見ての通り、私はもう老いぼれたただの老婆だから。協力したって何の役にも立たないだろう。
Listen, officers. I'm already at an age where I should be retired. Even if I did join you, I doubt I'd be of much use.
そこはご安心を。お名前だけ貸していただければそれで十分。情勢的に民意に取り入ることが大事なのでね。
You don't need to worry about that. To be frank, what we need most is your name. Public support is crucial. Times like these. It is indeed a whole day.
研究のことならまた別件になるが、もちろん無理強いするつもりはない。
As for your research, we can discuss that later. But rest assured, we won't force you into anything.
最初からそう素直に言ってくれたら、とっくにうなずいていたのに。こうなった以上、私からも一つ条件を聞いてもらわないとね。
If you'd been this upfront from the start, I might have agreed right away. But since things have come to this, I have a
どう
condition
ぞ
of my
何
own.
なりと。
どうぞ basically means go ahead. どうぞ。
この子を東の港まで送り届けて、そこにいるアクロポリス学院の調査員に引き渡してちょうだい。
Please
それ
take
から、この子が安全にイエロ社から出られることを約束して。
Please take my only child to the eastern port. An investigator from the Academica Acropolis will be waiting there. You must ensure she leaves Yeris safely.
いいとも。お安いご用だ。
いいとも。Yasui Golda. Consider it done. Is this cruel, unforgiving world truly worth everything we have to give? Don't leave me, mate, ikanaide. So it's interesting. I think ikanaide is don't leave. And they don't say me. So the subject, me, is left out because it's obvious that Narita is talking about herself.
ありがとうね、ネリーだ。あなたのおかげで答えに一歩近づいた気がするわ。
Thank you. Because of you, I feel like I got a little closer to the answer.
まあ結局、答えは導き出せなかったけれど。
But in the end, I never found it.
スキャン終了。侵食進行度 98%。
Scan complete. Corrosion level. Corrosion level? 98%. 98.
体に異変はまだないが、崩壊というのはいつだって一瞬で起きるものだ。
Body still feels fine, but collapse always comes. Instant.
時間はない。今回こそカロンシステムを手に入れなくては。
I am assuming that her created the Charon system. Time is running out. I have to secure the Charon system this time.
あれがあれば最新の無人機兵が完成するはずだ。我々の代わりに汚染エリアで戦い続けてくれる。
Its help can finally complete development of Acropolis's nearest combat map. They'll take our place on the front lines in the contaminated sections.
そうなれば力を持たない一般人が前線に出ずに済む。
This way, innocent civilians won't have to throw their lives away anymore.
夢か。
Hang on one second. A dream, huh? Narita slowly opened her eyes, the rhythmic crash of waves echoing in her ears. Outside, the sky remained cloaked in thick clouds, and darker and heavier than the day before.
最近昔の夢ばかり見るな。
All these
不
recent
吉だ。
dreams. Not a good sign. Saikin. I wonder what that is. We're gonna search for this one. Let's hear it. Saikin. Recently. So Saikin, recent. This word right here. Saikin.
最近昔の夢ばかり見るな。
Mikashi no yube. Old dreams. So, recent old dreams.
最近昔の夢ばかり見るな。不吉だ。
Ukitsuta. It's giving me Japanese. Ukitsuta. Ukitsuta. Ominous. So not a good sign, ominous. Okay. So, and I'm assuming the other thing I didn't get was all these right there. One of the interesting things about learning Japanese... Oop. Good morning, Adjutant. One of the things about learning any language is that it's really just a bunch of repetitions. So I literally, every time I get the chance, I just sort of listen to words that I remember and I try to repeat them over and over again once I know what they actually mean. Try to figure out what they're meaning, and then I repeat them every day. The first thing I saw upon waking was Yogurt, standing by my side, and she said, "May the Schwartz be with you." Nita and Narita were still fast asleep beside me. Yogurt, you're already up?
はい。私のモデルは1日4時間休憩すれば大丈夫ですから。
My model only needs 4 hours of rest to function at full capacity. Yon nichi ichi is 4 hours. Yon is 4. Nichi ichi. Ichi is hours. Nichi ichi, 4 hours of rest.
そういえば、分析員お兄さんたちのために朝ごはんは用意しましたよ。
Asa gohan is breakfast.
どうですか?
Oh, right. Adjutant, I made breakfast for everyone. Want to see? Her bright, eager expression made it impossible to refuse. Smiling, I nodded quietly and slipped out of bed.
じゃじゃーん!
Ta-da! Hard-tack biscuits were neatly arranged on disposable plates, carefully broken into uniform pieces and stacked together. The Between each layer was a drizzle of smooth, creamy yogurt. Huh. So this was Yogurt's idea of breakfast. Still, she'd clearly put a lot of thought into making the best of what was available.
どうぞ食べてみてください。
So, tabete means to eat. To eat. It's the actual word is taberu, which is to eat. Tabete is just what you would say at the beginning. So, tabete kudasai. Please eat.
どうぞ食べてみてください。
Mite kudasai. She held up a biscuit, cradling it carefully in both hands, offering it to me. Well, the sweet yogurt certainly gives these bland hardtack biscuits some flavor at least. Nice job, yogurt.
ありがとうございます。
I don't think I need to say what arigato means, do I? Her eyes lit up at my praise, sparkling with joy. For a moment, I nearly forgot she wasn't human.
もうちょっと作ってきますね。あのお二人ももうすぐ起きてきますから。
Then I'll make more. Miss Nita and Miss Narita should be up soon. Sure, go ahead. By nod, she scampered off toward the corner where we kept our supplies, her bare feet pattering against the floor. I could hear her muttering to herself.
夜、よくやった。
Nice job, Yogurt.
はよ、分析。
Morning, Adjutant. That's like the first time a Japanese sentence and an English sentence actually are the same. Ohayo, bunseki, morning, Adjutant. Yawning, Nita emerged from the room.
夜、嬉しそうだね。なんかあったの？
What's got Yogurt so giddy this morning? Oh, about that. After a simple yet peaceful breakfast, we regrouped for a mission briefing, returning to a sense of seriousness and urgency. With the weather worsening, time was against us. To activate the lift as quickly as possible, we split into 2 teams to gather the necessary power cells. Nita and Yogurt took the safer upper levels. Hostile presence was minimal there, but many doors required Yogurt's access code to open. Meanwhile, Narita and I ventured into the depths of the sea base. Our destination was the closest accessible area to the seafloor lab.
もう一つ曲がると最後のバッテリー保管所だ。
One more turn and we'll reach the final power cell depot. The dim corridor pulsed with an eerie blue glow, cast by the Titagen crystal clinging to the walls. Weapons at the ready, Narita and I advanced cautiously. We need to pick up the pace. Contamination levels are too high to linger.
侵入者発見。
Shinyusha Haken. Shinyusha, I'm guessing, is detector or intruder. Shinyusha. Haken. So Haken means dispatch. Shinyusha Haken. Intruder spotted. So, Shinyusha. Intruder. Okay, so Shinyusha intruder. Haken detected. Shinyusha Haken. With a sharp, grating whir, an Academica Acropolis drone behind us suddenly roared to life, its frame bristling with jagged Titagen crystal. Precise control over inorganic matter. That wasn't something a regular Titan could manage. I pulled the trigger of my gun, taking down the strange sentry.
いや、もう遅い。
Too late. We've been compromised. Mo osoy. What is this one? Mo osoy. It's too late. Okay. So we've been compromised is just like an added sentence.
ここで迎え撃つぞ。
Let's deal with them here. Once again, Narita unleashed her energy ribbons, this time covering a far wider area than during our first encounter. Meanwhile, several titans lunged at me. A burst of crimson mist filled the air as they were impaled, and I finished them off without hesitation. These ribbons of hers always seem to target the enemies closest to me. Glancing over my shoulder, I caught sight of Narita, her sharp gaze like a blade, slicing clean through the battlefield's haze. Even without her ribbons, she moved with lethal grace, weaving effortlessly between foes and striking with deadly precision. It was like watching a dance of death. Within moments, the first wave was wiped out. Pretty good. I appreciate the backup, but you might want to conserve your strength. I can sense more coming. We won't be able to hold this corridor for long.
なら正面突破だ。
Then we break through the front. No, we go up. I shook my head and, without warning, slipped an arm around her waist. Smooth. The adjutant is a smooth criminal. And really quickly, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. All this water has made me... I was trying to entice my cat to join me. He's in the living room. Sadly, I don't think it worked. I feel like he's getting a lot more independent. He hasn't been, he used to stay in like the same room as me all the time, but now he's sort of chilling in his own. It's sad, really. Tighten this. There we go.
Oh my.
What are you? She turned to me in surprise, her sharp gaze flashing with both irritation and the faintest flicker of shyness. No time to be stubborn. I murmured into her ear with a soft chuckle. I'm kind of a douche right now. Her body tensed beneath my grip, warm yet stiff, ready to bolt. But I didn't give her the chance. Just the slightest pressure, she knew. I had her trapped. Gradually, she stopped resisting, though her chest still rose and fell with ragged breaths. The sharp edge up in her gaze began to soften. As enemies closed in, I clenched my free right hand into a fist. A low whir filled the air as glowing blue light surged through the etched grooves in my armor, energy gathering in it. Let's get out of here. With a deafening boom, the ceiling cracked open, revealing a narrow passage above.
なぜだ。我々なら正面突破だってたやすいはずだ。
Why'd you do that? Could have broken through the front easily. With no pursuers in sight, I finally let go of her. Could have. They were just stalling. No point wasting time on them. More importantly, I just wanted to show you that there's always more than one way forward. For a fleeting moment, her eyes lit up. Then she looked away. Anyway, let's find a spot with lower contamination. Just as we were about to press forward, a small black box drifted out from the shadows. No trace of crystal growth, no sign of Titagen corruption. Covered in place, pulsing twice with a faint blue light, as if waiting for us to follow. What is this?
カローンを格納している記憶媒体の一つだ。追うぞ。
One of the Charon system's real carriers. Come on, let's follow it. Narita snapped back into focus, her tone brooking no argument as she reached for my hand, intent on taking the lead. Guess I'll let her have this one. The black box veered sharply, moving through a maze of hidden shortcuts as it led us, leaving our pursuers further behind with every turn. Eventually, we reached a storage room. The black box flickered and powered down, as if it had run out of breath. After reinforcing the room's walls with stabilizers, I turned to Narita. Real carriers, you mentioned. He must be the system's original carrier. Just as we suspected, Yogurt's existence had been an accident. As I examined the black box, I remember that several carriers like this one had also been deployed throughout other areas of the base. They were interconnected through a network, their processors enabling them to share vision and awareness.
ああ、だがそれには意識はないはずだ。
This one doesn't have self-awareness. Narita deftly connected the device to her terminal, fingers tapping rapidly across the screen. Just now, simply acting on its core protocol to protect humans. She nodded, eyes still fixed on the data. Then, suddenly,
システムログは全部消された。残ってるのは起動履歴だけだ。
system logs have been wiped out. Only the activation timestamp remains. Peering over her shoulder, I saw the activation time. Aligned exactly with the... It aligned exactly with the moment of the Titan descent here.
誰かがカローンを夜に移動させた。
誰かだ。Hang on one second.
誰かがカローンを夜に移動させた。
誰かが Dareka ga someone.
誰かがカローンを夜に移動させた。
Aro. Aro. So at least I got dareka ga. Dareka ga someone. Dareka ga. Dare means who. So kaga. Dareka ga someone. Someone or something transferred the Charon system into yogurt. Again, spoke in unison.
意外と息が合ってるみたいだ。
Guess we're quite in sync. Didn't seem particularly surprised. After all, she saw me as the same type of person as her.
さあ、分析員、上に戻るぞ。
Let's go, Adjutant. Time to head back to the surface. Pocketed her terminal and casually tossed me the box. Cute stickers, anime hero gamer fan. Yeah, we do make a good team. Yet, something about the way she acted felt a little too deliberate. I had noticed it. While drawing my attention to the screen, she had quietly slipped the processing chip out of the black box. But Narita, I need to understand. The moment I grabbed her wrist, the sea floor trembled again. The metallic walls groaned under the strain, screeching as if they were moments away from... Remember your sins. Uh-oh, something's happening with yogurt. It's not the Schwartz. Almost instantly, Yogurt's small frame froze. A flash of red flickered across her eyes, and her expression went blank, as if her mind had slipped away.
夜どうかしたの？
どうかしたの？どうかしたの？Doka means wrong. Shita no. Shita means to do, so it's actually like the past tense of, I think. Shita. Shita. Oh. Shita. Shita. Never mind. Anyways, shita is the past tense for to do, which is suru. Though if you were going to say it in the polite style, if you're going to use a polite speech, you would say shimasu. Suru, to do. Shimasu, to do in polite mas form. Shita is kind of like did. And then shita no, adding no makes it a sentence. Sensing something was off, Ida quickly turned to check on her. But just as quickly, Yogurt's eyes snapped back into focus, though a shadow of unease and fear still lingered behind her gaze.
爆発です。ついさっき海底実験場で爆発が。
Bakahatsu is explosion, I know that word. Megumin taught it to me. There was an explosion just now at the seafloor lab.
海底実験所。まずい。分析員が下にいるんだった。
海底。海底, right? 海底時間の That's not right. Hang on.
海底実験所。
あ、
まずい。分析員が下にいるんだった。
海底実験所。Write a casebook. I'm assuming that I'm just not getting this. Okay, not good. The adjutant is still down in the lower levels. Nita muttered under her breath, then sprang into motion.
夜、先にキャンプに戻ってて。どこにも行かないで。
Yogurt, get back to camp and stay put. Without hesitation, she activated the terminal and bolted toward the passage, leading down below.
お願い、つながってよ。
Up, please.
ニタさん、私も行きます。
So, watashi mo, me too. Ikimasu, let's go. Miss Nita, I'm coming with you.
夜。
お願いします。ニタさんにちゃんとついていきますから。私、近道を知っていますし。
Don't worry, I can keep up, and I know a shortcut.
じゃあ、道案内頼んだね。
Okay then. Thanks, Yogurt.
永遠に人類を守りたいです。たとえその代償がこの命であってもです。
Protect humanity, the adjutant for all eternity. Cost of my life. So yeah, she's definitely I am 100% certain she is gonna die by the end of this. If she doesn't die off, I'm gonna be very surprised. Finally! Adjutant, can you hear me? Yeah. Ran into a little situation, but we're fine. Don't worry. A little situation? Yogurt told me there was an explosion at the seafloor lab. Are you sure you're okay? We're fine, really. The stabilizers we set up earlier held steady. We're as secure as we can be right now. I'm sending you our coordinates. It'll put your mind at ease. You can come meet us here. So, ima means right now. Ima iku kara. Iku, let's go. Kara. I'm on my way. Nita ended the call in a hurry. Meanwhile, I turned my attention back to Narita, who, at the moment, pressed flushed against me. Taking advantage of the quake's brief disruptions, she had slipped effortlessly from my grasp. In one swift motion, she spun and pinned me to the wall. At first glance, it looked like she was shielding me from the tremors, but in reality, just as much a restraint as it was protection. Alright, Narita. Mind letting me go now? Her body was pressed close. Soft curves molded against the chest. Pressure measured just right. Firm enough to keep me pinned. Not quite enough to hurt. I drew a slow breath, steadying my heartbeat. Pressure neutral. We both knew what this was. She just wasn't ready to say it out loud. He held my gaze for a long moment, sharp eyes studying mine with quiet intensity. Then, just as I expected, stepped back. Now, back to what I was saying. A question for you. I wasn't letting this go. My very first encounter to choosing her as my partner on quest for power cells, I'd had one goal in... Nanda? What is it? Once we retrieve the Charon system's main processor and bring it back to the Academica Acropolis, what do you, Academy, plan to do? I needed to learn more about her, this so-called ally, and the full extent of the institution she represented. Because one thing was certain. The Academica Acropolis didn't send their chief investigator all the way out here just to assist. My plans are none of your concern. She lowered her voice, trying to sound cold, a calculated reflection. It was too deliberate. Got through it instantly. That's what I thought at first too. We met. You were the one who reached out to me first, weren't you?
ネリーだよ。アクロポリス学院の首席調査員だ。
Her pupils trembled fiercely. Said it yourself. Strong don't fight only to serve them, only for themselves. I'm aware of what's happening in Philosia. The tree's growth is accelerating. Every passing day,
罪のない人間が毎日のように死んでいく。分析員、お前の言いたいことは分かっている。
every passing day, countless innocent lives are lost because of it. I know what you're trying to say, Adjutant. Suddenly, she gripped my wrist and pulled me toward her. And in that moment, through those deep, wine-red eyes, I glimpsed something raw and unspoken. An emotion rippling just beneath the surface of her guarded heart.
だがこれはアクロポリス学院自身の問題だ。
But this is,
私、いや、我々は自分のやり方で解決する。
but this is our own problem. We'll handle it our way.
それでいずれ誰も命を脅かされずに済む。
In the future, no one will have to risk their lives for this ever again. And I'm even more intrigued. Just how dire has this crisis become? Do you believe it justifies risking the Hondo on myself?
お前のそのわがまま嫌いじゃないか。
You're headstrong, and I admire that. Voice was low and measured, carrying a subtle edge of appreciation, trace of regret.
それは間違いなんだ。
Made the wrong choice. Did I really? As she let go of my wrist, her expression turned cold.
はっきり言おう。
I'll be frank,
世界を滅ぼそうとするこの災いは、ユグドラシルの傲慢さと軍の身勝手が招いたものなんだ。
It was Yggdrasil's arrogance and the military's recklessness that brought the world to the...
真理と人類の存続のために、これからアクロポリス学院は歴史の観測者ではなく、執筆者として舞台に上がらせてもらう。
For the sake of truth and humanity's survival, Academica Acropolis will no longer stand by as a passive observer of history. You will write it.
もとより、アクロポリス学院のものであったカローンの奪還は、計画の第一歩に過ぎん。
Claiming the Charon system, rightfully us, is only the first step.
それに、
どれに and something flickered in eyes, an emotion I couldn't quite read.
私はもう決めた。誘うのではなく、
Oh my.
問答無用でお前を連れて行く。
So I'm getting kidnapped. I've made my decision. I'm taking you back with me. This time, it's not an invitation. Huh. Yet you called me headstrong. But I'm afraid I'll have to turn you down. Again.
なら、お前の実力で抗ってみればいい。
Try and stop me. The moment those words left her lips, a cold flash of steel sliced through the air, aimed directly at my face. A harsh, metallic clang echoed through space. Her strikes then rained down relentlessly, each blow precise, but none could pierce my defense.
ただのウォーミングアップだ。
That was just the warm-up. ただのウォーミングアップで。ただの energy ribbons erupted beneath her feet, snaking swiftly across the ground before converging beneath. She tried to use the same move she used to take down the Titans on. That couldn't be it. Her control over Titagen wasn't precise enough yet. Those ribbons pierced the ground in a space this confined. entire structure could collapse. But to my surprise, she attacked anyway. In an instant, half the room crumbled, consumed by falling debris. Damn, she's not holding back. What the fuck? I realized she wasn't trying to hurt me. She only wanted to block my escape and obscure my vision. But I couldn't waste any more time playing.
やっと本気になったな。
Finally getting serious, are we? Through the dust and haze stirred by her attacks, I caught sight of the weapon in her hand. A pen. Just a simple, discarded pen. Yet, in the blink of an eye, she carved clean through the debris, sparks flashing as they lit up the beads of sweat rolling down her face. This was it, the decisive moment. In her hands, anything could become deadly. She wielded the pen like a serpent's fang, her arm coiling around my wrist, locking it firmly in place. My armor groaned under the strain. But this was exactly what I wanted. Now, we're finally close enough. I let go of the weapon in my right hand. Her eyes flickered, and in that brief flicker of surprise, I caught the falling pistol with my other hand. The safety raised the emblem on her chest. Then, with a dull click, the muzzle was firmly beneath her chin. Smooth. That's enough. Seeing her brace to channel Titagen energy again, I stopped holding back. I unleashed my own command over the substance, and in an instant severed every last ribbon she summoned. Lay down your weapon, or it's too late. Her breathing grew ragged, her presence no longer as sharp as before. I could feel the edge dulling, but even then she refused to give in. She had known how this would end from the very start. Someone as perceptive as Narita, there's no way she hadn't realized the difference in our strength. Still, something drove her on, a duty she cast aside, one that never let her bow her head. You really think it's worth throwing your life away? Still have unfulfilled dreams and people you want to protect, don't you? Her eyes finally wavered. Her pupil shrank, pen slipped from her fingers and clattered to the floor. She lowered her head. Fire in her eyes was gone. Sweat-soaked strands of hair clung to her pale face, a stark contrast to the fierce warrior who had stood tall just moments ago. Not your enemy here. At worst, this was just a hiccup in our partnership. I holstered my gun and offered her a small, disarming smile. Since we're going to be working together, I'd like to understand you better. Bro, this is how the adjutant rizzes all the girls. She hesitated, eyes cast downward. Then slowly she lifted her head. In those crimson eyes flickered frustration, resentment, and beneath it all, a rare, vulnerable glow.
他に何が聞きたい?
What else do you... I didn't respond immediately. Instead, I knelt down, fallen from her chest, and carefully pinned it back in place. Iris, it holds memories you can't forget, doesn't it? Her voice quivered, eyes growing misty. For a brief moment, the cold, unreachable Styx Reaper was gone. Tell me about your past. I wanted to know about the burdens she had shouldered alone. scars hidden behind icy facade.
お前が聞きたいなら
Really want to know. Oh my, oh my. Oh my. See if I can pronounce this. Oh,
お前が聞きたいなら
Oh my god.
お前が聞きたいなら
Oh my god.
お前が聞きたいなら
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 お前が聞きたいなら If you want to hear お前が聞きたいなら Want so kiki is or kiku means to listen, I believe. So kikai I don't know what that is. I know that ikimas is the mas stem form of to listen, so Nara. Try to remember that. A warm, delicate hand slipped into
私はイエロシャ北部の森に生まれた。戦争の影響で幼い頃に両親と離れ離れになった。
Senso is I was born in the northern forests of Yeras. Lost my parents to the war when I was young.
雪の中で凍死しそうな私を優しいおばあちゃんが助けてくれて、本当の孫のように接し、育ててくれた。
If it hadn't been for a kind old woman, I wouldn't have made it through that winter. She found me, half frozen in snow, and took me in like her own granddaughter. She must have been an incredible person, heart of gold.
ああ、優しいだけじゃなくて、したたかな人だ。私は森から来た親のない子供だから、よく周りに噂されてしまった。
She was strong, too. People in the village always whispered behind us, calling me a wild orphan from the forest.
だがおばあちゃんは、周りの目を気にせず、大人になるまで育ててくれて、常に人に優しくしろと教えてくれた。
But she never let it bother her. She raised me, ignoring all the judgmental stares and rumors. And more than anything, she taught me how to always show kindness, no matter what. Kindness, huh?
ああ。こう見えて、今もおばあちゃんの教えをちゃんと覚えている。
Oboete. Forget. Oboete? Oboete is remember, sorry. I know I don't exactly look the part. I never forgot her word.
弱者でも吹雪の中で生き延びる価値はある。
And the weak deserve to live a place in this world, and in the harshest winter.
だが、生き延びても選択肢は残されていないだろう。
Aside from that, they don't have many choices.
激動の時代に弱者でいることは、自由や理想や命を略奪される運命にある。
Back then, war raged on without. Being weak, one thing. Be stripped of everything. Freedom, dreams, eventually.
13歳の頃、抵抗軍は私たちの村に来て、有無を言わせずおばあちゃんを連れて行った。
13. Resistance forces raided. Took my nana without.
13歳の頃。
So Ju-san means 13. If you add Sai, it means 13 years. Ju-san Sai when I was 13.
その時、おばあちゃんがかの有名なマダム・モロゾワだと知った。
That's when I learned the truth. Madame Morozova, aerospace scientist.
でも軍人たちからすると、当時の私たちは無力な老人と子供でしかなかった。
Them, it's an old lady and a child.
私が弱いせいで大事な人を亡くしてしまった。それから紆余曲折あって、私はおばあちゃんの母校、アクロポリス学院に入った。
After that, several twists of fate, I wound up at her alma mater, Academica Acropolis.
そこで必死に勉強して、禁忌とされる力を受け入れてまで強くなろうとした。すべてはイエロ社に戻る日のために。
There, I trained relentlessly, pushed myself harder than anyone. I even embraced the powers the world had deemed forbidden, all so I could grow strong enough to one day return to Yix. Back?
ああ、あれはイエロ社が神聖を迎えたあの日。
Did. It was the dawn of a new era for Yix.
しかし、故郷に帰った私を待っていたのは、おばあちゃんが1年前に老衰死したという知らせ。
But when I had finally set foot back in my home, already a year too late, Nana passed away peacefully in her peacefully.
結局彼女に会えなかった。あれから私は強くなる理由をなくした。
I never got to see her again. Just like that, the reason I kept pushing forward. And that's not as harsh as like some traumatic pasts I've seen, but it's definitely a rough one. Like imagine having like this reason doing something, the goal, and then you find out that you were too late and the goal you've been reaching for this entire time is no longer attained. That she felt lost. Don't strike me as someone ready to stop.
もちろんだ。理由を失っただけで夢を捨てたわけじゃない。
Strong girl. Of course not. I lost my motivation for becoming stronger, but not my purpose. Nana never became the gentle person you wanted. Rita clenched her fists, sharp edge, eyes.
だから私は今も弱者を守ることをモットーにしている。
I said, I still believe in protecting the world. It's the cause she instilled in me. Now I'll carry it out in my way. What exactly does that mean?
分析員、私は AI の力で AI と対抗しよう
Oh
と思
damn,
っている。
fighting AI with the power of AI sounds like a recipe for disaster.
カローンの力でアクロポリス学院の騎兵のアップデートを終わらせる。そうすればか弱い人類の代わりに戦場をかけることも可能だろう。
Charon's help, the Academica Acropolis can up combat machines. They'll take the place of fragile human soldiers on the front lines. Even if the path ahead is uncertain, I'm stop. Edda?
いや、きっとそうはならない。ふさわしい人に指導を任せればいい話だ。
This time will be different. She just needs proper guidance. Right person. I still don't know who Edda is. I'm gonna say this. I don't know who Edda is. I'm confused. Round. He held my gaze and went on.
例えばお前だ。いや、はっきり言おう。お前は彼女の指導者に一番ふさわしい人間だ。例えばお前だ。いや、はっきり言おう。お前は彼女の指導者に一番ふさわしい人間だ。
Example. 例えば for example.
例えばお前だ。いや、
例えばお前だ。So take you for example. Okay. I'm only gonna do the first sentence for that one. Take you for example. 例えばお前だ。So お前 is you. So like お前は They didn't respond right away, and the light in her eyes dimmed slightly.
もちろん、お前なら断るだろうと思っていた。
Oh, you'll probably say no. Kotowaru is no. I refuse, no. Doesn't change the fact that we're still allies.
私の本当の目的を知った上でもか
No honto. Watashi no. So watashi no is my.
私の本当の目的を知った上でもか私の本当の目的を知った上でもか
Knowing your story now, say this with certainty. You're walking the very path Nova always hoped you would. You're just a little too obsessed walking it. Saving the world was never meant to be a mission or a one-sided effort. What's so funny?
いや、真面目に説得しようとするその顔が可愛いなと思っただ
That
けだ。
means nothing. It's just the way you get all serious when you're trying to change my mind. It's kind of adorable. Great, I'm adorable. Can't say I've ever heard that one very often. That means he's heard it at least once, right?
そうか。ではこれからは私だけがそういうことにしよう。
Hear it as a compliment only I get to give you. With that light tension between us eased. The first time, our differences were aside. Something warmer to face.
とにかく私の乾杯だ、分析員。
Win, Adjutant.
これからはおとなしくお前の協力者として任務クリアまで見届けよう。
This point on, I'll follow your lead and assist you as your ally. Till our mission is complete.
証拠として。
And as proof of my sincerity, am I gonna get a kiss? Oh no, I get a boob. I get a boob. Gently, she took my hand and pressed it against her chest, right above her heart. In that moment, a powerful surge of energy flowed through me, resonating with her heartbeat. Her ribbons gracefully curled around my fingers, forming a direct connection to her heart.
慎重に扱いよ。
Trusting you. Heart.
この心をお前に託そう。
Yeah, what a way. Please handle it with care. That's one way to give your heart to someone. That's like a confession, right?
これは一体
Oh boy. Adjutant. Narita. What are you doing? Did she see me with a boob in my hand? Ida. Right on cue. Ida showed up.
分析員お兄さん、手をネリーダさんの胸に置いています。
Wow. Wow. Adjutant, your hand is on Miss Narita's chest. Yes, I am grabbing a boob. Thanks for the play-by-play, Yogurt.
私たちタイミング悪かったみたいね。
Is this a bad time? Yeah, maybe. Her voice carried a note of grievance and more than a little heat directed at Narita. I had to jump in. It's got any messier. Is my hand still on her boob? Narita stayed quiet, watching me with amusement and curiosity. He just wrapped up a demo of theotropic release therapy. Theotropic release? Is this a thing? I want to know, is this a thing? Theotropic release therapy. Let's see this. Theotropic release release therapy. We're gonna figure this out, chat. We're gonna figure this out. Based on available search results, there is no evidence that theotropic release therapy is a recognized or medically legitimate form of treatment. The term theotropic is not related to medicine therapy. Why the word means inclined towards religion or yearning to connect to the beyond. So basically, religious release ceremony. Therapy. Religious release therapy. Religious release therapy. So basically, his religion, boob release therapy. Bruh, that's almost as crazy as the Holy Bible. The Book of Thighs, by the way. Book of Thighs. That's my religion. One of my religions. I was showing Narita how we do it at Yggdrasil. You know what? You know what? He does grab a lot of tit at Yggdrasil. Thinking about it, this man gets a lot of play, so he's probably grabbed quite a few boobs in his time. I tried to sound as earnest as possible, hoping my on-the-spot excuse. Bro, no one's gonna believe that. No one's gonna believe that.
そうかな、そんな動きあった覚えはないけど。
そうかな? Is that so? But I don't remember any session requiring a pose like that. This one's new. So I'm making a new pose to practice for later. Would be
やっぱり怪しい。
Ayashi. Ayashi? What's Ayashi mean? Ayashi. Look this one up. Look this one up. Ayashi. Ayashi. Suspicious. Suspicious. Yappari Ayashi. Suspicious? It's still suspicious. Yep, still sounds pretty shady. Just call me sus, bro. Just call me sus. You don't believe me? Then how about I show you?
Don't koi.
Don't koi. Go ahead. Without missing a beat, Nita grabbed my hand and pressed it to her chest. I could feel the rapid thump of her heartbeat, pounding faster with each second. I feel like I'm getting stares.
やっぱやめる。他に人いるし。
Never mind. Maybe this needs a little more privacy. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. As expected, she pulled away after a few seconds, face burning red. Then I'll show you properly next time we're alone. Oh my. Adjutant. I leaned in, whispering softly in her ear.
約束だかな。
Deal. Deal. I tapped the tip of her nose playfully and let out a long breath. So I feel like I just dodged a bullet here. Alright. Now that we've gathered enough power cells, let's head back. You know, this that smooth save would not have been possible if he was a regular harem protagonist. After dinner, both Nita and Narita turned in early, worn out from the day's work, leaving only Yogurt still awake at the table.
緑号保管所へ行くんだから、やっぱりあのルートの方が。
If we're heading for depot number 6, this route would be the safest. Under the dim lighting, her small frame looked even more delicate than usual. You are still up?
ごめんなさい、分析お兄さん。もしかして起こしちゃいました？
Ah, sorry. Did I wake you up, Adjutant? No, I just noticed you were still working. Thought I'd check in.
安心してください。私ヒューマノイドですから、1日2時間休めば十分です。
Didn't she say 4 hours last time? Ichi. She did. I'm not remembering that wrong. She definitely said 4 hours yesterday. Was she pushing herself too hard?
実は明日のルートを考えていました。今日入手したデータと徐々に戻ってきてるメモリーで、パッと安全なルートを見つけちゃいました。
Very excitable. I've been working on tomorrow's route. Based on today's data and a few more restored memories, I have found a much safer path. Her voice was bright with excitement, as though she had uncovered a secret treasure. It's a huge help, but still, it's late. You should get some rest too.
じゃあ、さっき考えたルートをまとめておいたら。
I will. I just need to jot this down real quick. With that, she pulled out a small notebook and began scribbling notes diligently. You can use my terminal, Yogurt.
いいんですか？私のデータを分析員お兄さんの端末に入れても。
Really? You let me upload my data onto your terminal? I feel like this is an important moment right
そ
here.
うするには、分析員お兄さんを私のマスターとして登録しなくては。
But to do that, I'll need to register you as my admin first. So I'm becoming an admin? She hesitated, clearly still troubled by the idea that she'd been sealed away for doing something wrong. That's fine. Go ahead. It'll make it easier for us to stay in contact. Or to stay connected, sorry. Read that wrong. I gave her a reassuring nod and handed over my terminal.
感謝です、分析員お兄さん。では、少々お待ちください。
Thank you, Adjutant. Just a moment, please. So, Kansha, I think it actually means understanding. Kansha. Oh, nope, never mind. It means thank you. I was wrong. Google Translate says it's thank you. Part of the reason I agreed was to ensure the Charon system stayed safely under our control. But the other reason had nothing to do with the mission. Maybe Narita was right. Maybe. Like a human child, this girl needed proper guidance and gentle nurturing too. After Yogurt finished registering me as her admin, I helped her analyze and confirm the optimal route for tomorrow. By the time we wrapped up, it was already well past midnight. She insisted again that she only needed 2 hours of rest, but at my urging, she obediently entered sleep mode. And then, she had a dream of tragedy from long ago.
銃の音。
Was that gunfire?
早く分析員お兄さんたちに知らせないと。
I need to warn Adjutant, but it's a dream.
体が。
Wait, what happened to my body? Wait, was she the one who was shot? Oh no, maybe not. Okay, in the dream, her human-like form was gone. Instead, she was once again reduced to a small black box.
私を撃つなんて狂ってるの。
Oh boy. So, is this betrayal?
血をたくさん流している。早く何とかしないと。
Blood. She's losing so much blood if I don't do
狂
something.
っているのはあなたたちの方でしょ。感情のある AI の開発が禁止されてるのを分かっているのに、こんなものを。
No, you're the one out of your mind. You knew damn well sentient AI was forbidden. So researcher
あ
A
んただって協力したじゃない。
wants to
カ
create
ロンの名付
sentient
け親
AI.
さん。
Oh please. You were in on this from the start. You're the one who gave the system a name. Charon, remember? So who are these two
それはあなたに
researchers?
騙されたからよ。今はアクロポリス学院の高層部どころか、ユグドラシルの人にまで知られたわ。
Damn. I didn't know. I was misled. Anyway, it's over. The Academica Acropolis higher-ups know. And Yggdrasil's onto us too.
もう他に選択肢はないの。
終わりだ。
だからもう諦めて。
Our
お願い
backs... Oop.
カローンを封印して
Our backs are against the wall. Please, I'm begging you. We need to shut down the Charon system before it's too late.
いやよ、みんなが一生懸命作った奇跡だ。
This is our masterpiece. Everything we worked for.
このままもっと人間に似せていけば、ティーン症候群を根絶できる AI だって作れるかもしれない。
Juvocious. If we build the system's foundations, integrate more human elements, we might even create an AI capable of curing juvosis. The fuck is that? A heavy pounding echoed from the lab door behind them.
悪いけど、もう仲間が来たみたいだ。
Seems like we've wasted time arguing. Our supporters have already
こ
arrived.
んなの狂っている。こんなバカなことのために将来をかけるなんて絶対に嫌よ。
Lost it. I'm not going down with you. Wow. Oop. More gunshots? When the adjutant woke again, Yogurt was gone. She had wandered off from camp without realizing it. Now, she stood at the edge of a high platform, facing another girl dressed in a similar white gown. Oh, motherfucker, what is this? Wait! Isn't this the little girl that's like the one, like the main villain, the main antagonist?
誰？
Maybe. Who are you?
みんなと一緒に冷たい海から出るんだ。
Let's leave this cold, dark abyss with them. The girl in white didn't understand her question. She simply turned around and walked toward the edge of the platform.
待って、
どこに行くの means where are you going? どこ is where. 行く to go. No question. どこに行くの? Yogurt reached out instinctively, but an unforced suddenly seized her wrist and yanked her off the platform. Yogurt, no! Oh boy, we arrived just in time to witness the harrowing scene. In that split second, the energy Narita had left within me stirred. Responding to the moment, I reached out, bursting forth and forming glowing ribbons that shot toward Yogurt. So I caught her. Don't worry. We caught her. But it wasn't over yet. Oh damn. As we brought Yogurt back onto solid ground, I caught a troubling detail. Her once bright blue eyes were now clouded and unfocused. So has she been possessed by another AI?
すみません。
Maybe she's lost in the past.
私のせいで仲良しだったみんなが疑い合って喧嘩になって。
Because of me, people who used to be close started to turn on each other, to fight, and then... Yogurt! I cut her off, my voice loud and sharp. That seemed to snap her out of it, at least a little. Seeing her come to her senses, I softened my tone and continued gently. It was a long time ago. It was never your fault. You don't have to carry the weight of it.
でも私見たんです。
But I saw it. It all happened because of me. No, you were not... I want to say this. I don't think she was the, It wasn't because of her. It was because of humans making her. It was the result, not the cause. They're just echoes of the past. No matter how much you dwell on them, you can't change what's already happened. Didn't you say you wanted to help protect humanity?
はい。分析員お兄さんを守りたいって言いました。
Yes, I want to protect Adjutant's humanity. Her gaze dropped, eyes clouded with guilt and remorse. And you already have your answer. Look, I don't live in the past. I live in the here and now, and so do you. So don't let those illusions hold you back.
分析員お兄さん、一つお願いを聞いてほしいです。
Mr. Genu, Mr. Adjutant, can I ask you something? Sure. What is it?
ここの任務が終わったら、海から離れて、皆さんと一緒に外の世界を見に行きたいです。
When this mission is over, can I go with you? I want to see the world outside, with all of you. Seeing the mix of sincerity and uncertainty in her eyes, I extended my pinky toward her. Of course, I promise. This is another death flag. Finally, though still a little unsure, she managed to smile again, but a flicker of confusion remained.
それはどういうことですか?
Poor girl, she doesn't know what a pinky promise is. What does this mean? She eyed my outstretched pinky, clearly puzzled by the gesture. Oh, right. I forgot to explain. It's how humans make a promise. We call it a pinky swear. Once our pinkies hook together, promise is sealed. And anyone who breaks it has to stab their eye with 1,000 needles. I don't make the rules.
なるほど。はい、指切りしましょう。
So that's how humans promise. I see. Then let's do it. Pinky, pinky, bow, bell. Whoever tells a lie will sink down to the bad place. What? Wait, sink down to the bad place? Why? That's not what you do. I thought you were supposed to stab a needle in your eye. Honestly, I have no idea. It's just some old rhyme people came up with a long time ago.
昔の人って怖いんですね。
Right, must have been a pretty dark time back then. Hawaii. Hawaii, not to be mistaken for kawaii, means scary. Hawaii. Or scared.
すみません、分析員お兄さん。途中でしたよね。
Sorry.
続きやりましょう。
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Adjutant. Please go on. Alright, let's finish it. Pinky, pinky, bow, bell, whoever tells a lie will sink down to the bad place and never rise again.
ハリセンボン。
Arisembo, pinky swear. With that small promise, a long, eventful day finally drew. None of us knew then that things were about to take a dark turn. I knew. Very obvious. That we were standing on the edge of chaos beyond redemption.
分析員とのおままごともそろそろおしまいだよ。
Oh, yep, it's Etta. Your little playdate with the adjutant is over. Yep. I called it. I called it. Shit's about to get real. What of this do I have? Motherfucker, I still have all of this? Jesus Christ. Unlock this either. Alright. Alright. Keep going, I guess. Random victory animation. Sure. Try out. We're gonna use Benny Coronet. Because she's better than life right now. Alright, let's go.
So it's just the two of us this time. Awesome.
Bit jarring to have a switch from Japanese to English.
Like you don't already know.
Predictable. You're no match for me. Timing is everything.
Phil, I'll bury you.
Alright, keep going.
An opportunity presents. We're just getting started. I'll leave this to you.
you long enough. Objective complete. Big surprise.
I wonder, can I go up here? I can. Really quickly, I'm actually a little curious if there's anything up here that... Nope, nothing up here. Thought there might be, but no. Alright, time to take the lift. Boom, 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 boom.
He stoops to conquer.
Hey, Adjutant. Does this lift look familiar to you? Or is it just me? Wait, what? Yaros actually helped build this base? Well, that explains a lot.
I did not know that.
You asked for it. Just if I need money. The show must go on.
Oh boy, strong enemy incoming.
Mission complete. All right, Adjutant. Let's
We
head
call
back
that
the
a
way we
strong enemy, but that was pretty easy.
The battle's over. Isn't there anything more challenging?
Oh boy. Yep, she ain't doing good.
ダメだ。考えうる方法をすべて試したが、オーバークロックを止められない。物理的に温度を下げるしかなさそうだ。
I've tried everything I know. Nothing stopping the overclocking. Our only option now is external cooling.
もっと水を持ってくれよ。
I'll get more cool water. So, moto is more, mizu is water. Later that night, something was clearly wrong with Yogurt. Her systems were overheating. Modules pushed well past their limits. She was burning up, like a human with a high fever. A sinking feeling crept over me. The girl we had accidentally awakened might be slipping back into her slumber once again. 分析お兄さん I'm here, Yogurt.
なんだかメモリーが乱れてて何かに焼かれてるみたい。
I don't know why. My thoughts, they're all tangled up. It feels like something's burning inside of me. I wonder what Eda did to her. Because I'm fairly certain this is Eda.
もう一人ぼっちは嫌。
Don't leave me. Don't want to be alone again. I'd probably feel really bad, but I saw this coming from a mile away. We won't leave you. We made a pinky promise, remember? She strained to turn her head toward my voice. She could still hear me, but she seemed too weak to respond further. She paused briefly, her gaze toward Nerita, whose fingers were flying across her terminal screen. Nerita, could you stay here at the camp and take care of Yogurt today? Her fingers froze midair. Clearly surprised I'd trust her to watch over Yogurt alone. We only need one more set of power cells. Nita and I can handle it. Gaze slowly lifted, locking with mine.
わかった。任せる。
Understood. I'll take care of things here. After a brief silence, quiet resolve settled into her eyes. Reassured, I nodded and stepped out of the camp with Nita. Dawn broke over the sea base, but the weather only worsened. Heavy storm clouds churned above, distant thunder rumbling like a harbinger of chaos. Far below, within the central lift shaft, Low mechanical growls echoed like the slow, heavy breathing of a slumbering metal beast. With each groan, the platform beneath us trembled.
敵も動き出したみたい。
Looks like our enemies are making their move too. What are our enemies? Uh-oh. Yeah. Final battle's coming. Nervous, Nita? Straightened up, waving her hand dismissively, trying to act unfazed.
緊張なんかしてないし。なんで緊張しなきゃいけないんだよ。
No way. What is there to be nervous about? A lot. I let out a faint chuckle, but chose not to call her bluff. Instead, I watched as she strode ahead, trying hard to appear confident. After a few steps, her pace faltered and her voice dropped to a hush.
まあ、正直、ちょっとだけね。
That's right, maybe a little chotto. Chotto is a little. Dake means to do or can do. Chotto dake, a little. That's natural. Think about it. We've been through plenty of tight spots already. There's just one more.
わかってるよ。でも、
わかってるよ。
本当は。
Yeah, I know. But have you ever considered... She sighed and turned to face me, a faint flush on her cheeks, her eyes flickering, hesitant to meet mine.
本当は毎回、分析員のことが
she's
心
worried
配で
about me.
心配でたまらなかったの。
Every single time I worry myself sick about you. I feel like I do, like the adjutant does this to a lot of women. Then this time, I'll stay by your side. I promise. You won't have to go through that alone again. Did something happen between them? And this is something that happened in a previous chapter that I didn't get to play.
分析。
She looked up, meeting my eyes. A faint smile tugged at her lips, as though a weight had just been lifted. No matter what comes, we face it together. Don't forget, you're the one I chose as my partner, Nita.
一緒に行こう。
I'd better keep up, huh? That's interesting, because ishoni means together. Ishoni iko. Ishoni iko.
一緒に行こう。
Ishoni ni iko. Yeah. Basically, it means let's go together. So let's go together, then I'd better keep up. Huh. So you'd probably never guess what the Japanese meant if you, really meant if you followed this translation. She drew in a deep breath, though her voice still held a slight tremor. That spark of enthusiasm had returned. With that, she cast aside the last of her doubts and pressed on, side by side toward the lift shaft. Changed.
邪魔するな。
Out of my way. After a grueling trek through the depths, we finally arrived at the last power cell depot.
真相なだけあって、汚染の状況は上よりずっと深刻だね。
Figures the deeper we go, the worse the contamination gets.
ドゥンドゥビを着ているのに、
Even
やっぱ
with
り
my
ちょっと
pulse,
めまいが。分析員は大丈夫？
even with my pulse exosuit, this place is making my head spin. You holding up okay, Adjutant? I'm alright. I feel like the Adjutant is probably immune because he can absorb Titagen. Did you just notice my shirt? I've been wearing this the whole time. Nah, yeah, so I just decided to, because I changed my hue, I decided that I was going to wear a shirt from now on. And I changed the view in case my cat ever joins me for a stream. I gave her a nod, and carefully stashed the final set of power cells into my pocket. That's the last of them. Let's get out of here, Nita.
そうだ、分析。一つわからないことがあるんだけど。
But something's been bugging me. I followed her gaze toward the changed we'd just taken down. You mean the fact that we only run into the changed today?
そうそう。昨日までタイタンがあんなにいたのに。
Yesterday, the place was crawling with titans. Where'd they all go? I'm going to assume that they've gone after Narita and Yogurt. That's not a good sign. They couldn't have just vanished overnight. Could it be that they've been relocated? Suddenly, the newborn titan that Narita and I had taken down flashed through my mind. If only a single titan had vanished, I could have chalked it up to a massive, high-tier titan. Maybe some variant with a special ability. But relocating an entire group of them at once, this could only have been done by Eda.
気づいたのか。さすがは分析員。
Sasugawa Bunseki, quite perceptive, Gino. As expected, deep within the seafloor lab, a fragmented Eda lounged atop a towering control console, idly swinging her legs. She stared at the monitors with sharp focus, watching over our every move.
もう遅いけどね。
Well, we're still a bit too late. A deep mechanical hum echoed from the enormous sphere looming above her.
あらら、あなたも寝飽きたよね。
Ororo. Looks like someone's finally waking up, huh?
まあまあ、そう焦らないでよ。
No
せ
need
っ
to
か
rush.
くいい夢見てるんだから、もう少し寝てていいよ。
Why not savor those dreams a little longer?
そうでしょ、カロン。それとも、夜って呼ぼうかな。
Yep, there we go.
来たか。
It's coming.
リーダさん、早く。
Hayaku, hurry up. Just before a blast of energy tore through the camp, Narita reacted instantly. Seizing Yogurt and she launched them both through the window and landed squarely on the ground.
分析員の留守を狙って奇襲を仕掛けたつもりか？
A sneak attack while the adjutant is away?
タイミングを間違えたな。
Bad, you picked the wrong time. Gogurt? No, this isn't Gogurt. No, this is not this. What? No. Absolutely not Gogurt. She unleashed her energy ribbons again. However. Oh dear. It felt like every last ounce of strength had drained from her. The ribbons shattered midair, so I'm assuming her body is the damage she's done to herself is catching up.
スキャン終了。侵
Yep.
食進行度
Corrosion level
98%。
98%. 98%.
いずれこうなってしまうのか。
The moment is finally here, I guess so.
ならば。
But that's fine. She clenched her fist, forcing the severed ribbons to reconnect. In the blink of an eye, the titan in front of her erupted into crimson mist, torn apart before it could even react.
さて、次は誰だ？
So she's basically just like gonna go into overdrive. And I already know that I somehow save her because like she's in the next chapter. The Titans, creatures supposed to know no fear, stood frozen in hesitation. And at that very moment...
よかった、間に合った。
Ooh, made it just in time. Good job. A thunderous impact came crashing down from above, crushing the Titans in Narita's path. You okay, Narita?
もちろんだ。
That's a lie. Blatant. Though her voice sounded strained, she retained her usual composure.
分析員、これって。
The key adjutant, what's going on here? The enemies made their move. He's relocated every Titan to the surface platform.
奇襲のつもりだろう。
Surprise raid. Narita frowned at the fallen Titan before her. Slowly, she extended a hand toward its core. Narita, take Yogurt somewhere safe. I stopped her before she could make contact. I knew. Her body was already at its breaking point. Another absorption could destroy her.
横でただ見ていると。
You expect me to just sit back and watch you take all the heat? That's exactly what I expect. Here on out, we'll handle the battlefield. Your job is to get Yogurt. That's right. Yogurt needs to get sent to safety. I held her crimson gaze, my tone firm, leaving no room for argument. Let me repeat myself. That wasn't a request. It's an order. She glanced back and forth between Nita and me, a flicker of frustration and bitterness flashing in her eyes.
あんたの安否も大事だよ。あんたが倒れたら、分析員の注意力がちっちゃうでしょ?
That's right. Listen to Nita. If you get hurt, I won't be able to focus on the fight. Nita quickly caught on, backing me up in a tone gentler than usual, yet steady and firm.
私たちを信じて。ね。
Yeah, please trust us with this. Believe in the me who believes in myself. Narita remained silent for a moment. Then, drawing a deep... Oopsies. I accidentally pressed the spacebar. My bad. I apologize.
戦場はひとまずお前たちに譲ろう。
I'll leave the battlefield to you for now.
だが必要があったら奪ってでも返してもらうぞ。
I feel like she's just trying to put on a brave front. You won't get the chance. He paused, then seemed to catch my meaning. This time, she didn't argue, just gave a faint smile before turning away, carrying Yogurt in her arms. With that, I turned my focus back to the enemy swarm closing in. Let's go, Nita. Time to make them regret showing up. I have a feeling something else is gonna happen. Hell yeah, let's tear them apart. Time to kick ass. Have a taste of my fists. Did she really punch them? The battle raged on. For every enemy we downed, 2 more came crashing in, trampling the fallen underfoot.
キリがない。
A lot, I'm guessing.
分
How
析
many of
員、
them are there?
目標の大型タイタン、まだ出てない？
Adjutant, still no sign of the target massive titan. Not on the surface, at least. As I fought, my eyes scanned the battlefield, searching desperately. Then, amidst the chaos, I caught sight of something unusual. Nita, see that white cocoon over there? I wish I could see it. Visuals aren't showing me much. It wasn't a titan, but there was something clearly unnatural about it. It felt like both a gateway and a relay hub. Through it, whoever was behind all this was controlling the endless swarms of Titans Unchanged. Same plan as before. I'll move in and you cover me. But this time, there's a lot more of them. Think you can handle it?
ああ、もちろん。安心して行ってきて。
You got it. Just go for it. I've got your back. Good to know someone's got my back. Nita tightened her fists, eyes blazing with resolve. With a surge of heat, Pulse, the new exosuit beneath her old gear, emitted a sharp activation chime. Then, like a crimson lotus blooming radiant glory, Nita burst into a brilliant blaze. Flames swept across the sea base in a wave of searing heat, devouring everything in their path. Looks like she's having trouble. The scorching fire drove back the enemy and tore the surrounding structures to pieces. And yet, for all its fury, it never once touched me. Even as she unleashed that devastating power, Nida fought to restrain the raw, destructive force of her Deus. I wonder if I'm pronouncing that right.
昔から火が嫌いだ。
I hate fire.
というか、火が怖かった。
So she's afraid of fire.
唯一の居場所も、大事な家族たちも、何一つ悩みがなかった私も、すべて火に奪われてしまった。
It took everything from me. My only refuge, the family I cherished, and the carefree girl I once was.
でも、アポカリプスを迎えたその瞬間、私の目に映ったのは、あの夜よりも恐ろしい火の壁だった。
Yet when the Deus awakened within me, finally awakened, the first thing I saw was an inferno even more terrifying than the one from that night.
火に怯えて逃げるはずだったのに。
I should have run.
私はそうしなかった。
I should have turned away and fled, but I
その
didn't.
代わり、私はあることを選んだ。
Instead, I made my choice. I snatched up a spear dropped by a titan and charged straight at the massive white cocoon. Now's the time. The time for what? Is it time to duel? Oh. Never mind, I'm thrusting the spear into the cocoon. The moment the spear struck, an unnatural chill surged outward, instantly freezing the air around us. The cocoon's wrinkled surface began to writhe, and then, after a brief pause, it unfurled like an enormous pale flower. And at its center stood a figure I knew all too well.
久しぶりだね、分析員。
Etta. So that's the AI I think made the trees. A spectral figure, old and corporal, stood there, gazing at me with an eerie, knowing smile. Right, so it really was you, Etta.
相変わらず、何でも自分でやろうとしてるみたいだね。
Yeah, I get the feeling I'm always gonna be a hands-on type. Before I could respond, she sneered, and in the next instant, a surge of Titagen exploded outward, crystallizing into razor-sharp spikes that came hurtling my way like a hailstorm. At that critical moment... Yep, Nita to the rescue.
これ以上逃げたりはしない。
Didn't run.
すべては彼がいてくれたから。彼の存在は形のない盾となって、私の恐怖心と戸惑いを取り除いてくれた。
I've noticed that the adjutant is basically the rock for like every single girl in this series. It was because of him. His presence, like an unseen shield, held my fear at bay. He grounded me when I would have fallen apart. だから
火に全てを奪われたとしても、今でも私の最上級の悪夢であるとしても、頑張って克服してみせる。
Even if fire had taken everything from me, even if it haunted my darkest nightmares, I had to rise above it.
何かを証明するためじゃなく、私と一緒に全てと向き合ってくれる人を守るため。
Not to prove anything, but to protect the one who has always stood by me.
燃える炎よ。少しの間だけでいいから。
Oh, did her eyes change color? Oh, fierce and raging flames, even if only for a moment, heed my call. That is Chunibyo as fuck, but I approve. That's right, reduce our enemies to ashes. Kill it with fire. Without hesitation, she plunged her hand into the roaring inferno. A searing torrent surged forth, reducing the oncoming spikes to nothing but a cloud of ash. With no time to think, I lunged forward, thrusting my spear through Edda's projection, and drove it straight into the core of the flower-shaped titan.
やっとまた自分の体であなたを抱きしめられた。
What is going on here? As the titan dissolved, Edda's projection began to fade, but in that final moment, she did something unexpected. She gently spread her arms and wrapped them around me.
相変わらず素敵な時間は早いね。今回もさようならを言う時が来たみたいだ。
Very true, beautiful moments never last. So, I agree. May we never meet again. I shoved her away, my hand tightening as I drove the spear deeper.
白状の人だね。
With a sharp, crystalline crack, like glass shattering, she broke into countless shards and disappeared. Man. And just like that, a fleeting peace returned to the sea base. But when I turned back toward Nita, I realized something was terribly wrong. Oh shit, what happened to Nita? Exhausted? Before she could collapse, I caught her in my arms. Her face had gone pale, beads of sweat rolling down her forehead, and her breath came in quick, shallow gasps. I could feel it. The Titagen inside her had gone rampant. That Dewa's power you unleashed was far beyond what your exosuit could handle.
なんだ、私結構強い力持ってんじゃん。
Infinite potential you have, little one. Even in her condition, she still managed a faint smile, trying, as always, to keep me from worrying. Without wasting another second, I pressed my palm firmly against her chest, absorbing the violent energy raging within her. It was far more intense than I had anticipated. In an instant, my right arm was consumed by blistering heat. The air soon grew thick with the acrid scent of burning flesh.
やめて。
She's gotta know I'm not gonna stop. Protagonists like the Adjutant are like stubborn as fuck. They're not gonna stop. He tried weakly to push me away, desperately attempting to prevent her uncontrollable energy from harming me. Trust me, I've got this, see that? Ignoring the pain, I held her tightly against me, letting the scorching energy surge through my body. I gently stroked her back, over and over. If it hurts, just let it out. You've been very brave all this time. It's okay to cry now. So are we gonna get like some art here? Fortunately, as I gradually absorbed the chaotic energy, Nita's condition began to stabilize.
ごめん。
Guess not.
私が力をちゃんとコントロールできていれば。
I guess it's gotta be hard to control that power. No, you did great. The fact that I'm still here safe and sound is proof of that.
無事じゃないでしょ。
Right, I'm pretty sure my arm is a mess. Her fingertips brushed softly against my chest. Oh! So more of me is injured, still red and raw from the heat. Her eyes fell shut. Quiet sadness on her face. It's nothing serious. I'll be good as new before you know it. I reached out and gently ruffled her hair, offering a reassuring smile. Mastering a new power always takes time, but don't worry. I'll be with you every step of the way. Next time, we'll do even better. She nodded, holding back her tears, doing her best to reassure me. Come on, the fight's not over yet. Is that it? Nope. The battlefield still smoldered, black smoke swirling above the ruined platform. The acrid scent of scorched Titan remains lingered heavily in the air. The enemy's assault had subsided for now, but we all knew this is only the calm before the storm.
強奪計画失敗しちゃった。ヘイムダルの実力があそこまで成長しているとは。
So she was planning to take over?
どうりで青色の私があんなにしくじったわけだ。
No wonder my previous blue selves kept falling short. I suppose I can't really blame them now. So what are her blue selves? I don't know what this is.
まあいいか。昔のことはもう関係ないし。歯車はもう動き出したし。私が干渉しなくても、この子はもうすぐ夢から覚めるんだから。
So what is this? Yogurt?
さーて、最後の舞台を用意しよっか。
Alright, we're gonna end here though. Looks like I got quite a bit left. Yeah, quite a bit left. But we are gonna end it here. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. Sadly, my cat did not join. Right? Absolutely frustrating. Yeah, thank you for joining me, Anime Hero Gamer fan. No, I don't want to play more. Crystal file, what the fuck is this? Oh. Right, okay. Wait, what is this? No, Daiki was being fucking lazy. He's oversleeping on in the living room. Oh, this is, but we're not doing it. I don't know what it is, but we're not doing it. Really quickly, we're just gonna claim all of these. And invitation not open. An invite after 1 day and 3 hours. Okay. To each. Also the way to farm copies. Oh, interesting. Okay. Neato. Not gonna get into that yet. Right. I saw that. So guess I gotta wait until tomorrow to get my free version. But anyways, I will be heading out. I'm gonna make some dinner. So I will see you guys later. Thank you again for joining me. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a good one. You too, Anime Hero Gamer fan. Take care of yourself. Now let's put on a little bit of music here. Thank you.